there, how are you? Here's what I know about today, meaning, I don't know, the presiding direction that this day seems to be taking me in. That's important enough to share with you. And today is, it's August 22nd, Tuesday, August 24th, 2010. And what I know to be true, two things here, two thoughts actually. One of them is when an opportunity makes itself available, when something is presented to you, no matter what it is, if it's to your benefit, don't procrastinate on it. Grab the opportunity, because a few different things might happen. Number one, someone else might take that opportunity away and it's not available anymore. Or the offer for that opportunity might expire. Or circumstances might have it that you may never be able, because of your own schedule, or what have you, to go back and make good on that offer. And there may be no rain check on that offer as well. There's an old Bob Dylan song called "It's All Over Now, Baby Blue," and in this song, in one of the lines, he talks about, you better, I don't know, grab it, make it fast, i.e. fill in the quote for the transcript. And I'm kind of feeling that today. Even now, I'm under pressure because I have to go back inside and take care of some things. But for now, I actually have this opportunity because I'm not certain I'm going to get another opportunity quite like this later on today. You see how it works? This is something that needs to be done because the drive to make another video essentially about KARLOVEMA in one form or another, so that I can teach myself how it operates and in turn share it with you. That's really what the nature of these videos and transcripti are. Earlier today, the impulse wasn't there, and now it is. You never know what's going to snowball in what direction, and the older I get, the more plainly this is to me. I know when Bob Dylan made his album called Desire back in the late 70s, mid to late 70s, fill in the blank. I read a little bit about that, and he went around literally to who he knew to get help. And while this is what I've done with KARLOVEMA, it has taught me some ins and outs about the ebb and flow of grabbing that opportunity, of recognizing life as opportunity and acting upon it. It's one thing to sit around and think about things. You may be thinking about the most wonderfully fair and positive-minded options that are available that are good or would be good for both you and other people. But to not act upon those impulses, to wait around for the right opportunity. You know, there's an old phrase that someone or something isn't just going to come knocking on your door. And it seems to me the only more confusion about this thing, I'm just going to let it roll and piece it together like before. So I'll have to straighten that out. There is some confusion here. Anyway, Jesus is the only one who actually has courage enough, because he has authority and ability enough to claim, "Behold, I stand at the door and knock." Everyone else has opportunity, is not going to come knocking at your door. You have to go out and make it happen or find it. But just leaning on what the free world calls karma to come along and discover you and make your life into everything you think it should be or you want it to be is a joke. It's not going to happen that way. It has to come from within you. And the only place from within you it can really come from is a place of genuine truth. And the only way to have the experience of genuine truth in you winds up being having God in you. And as we know, the reception of, the recognition of, the experience of, the expression of God is love. And in human terms, by name, we know love to be called Jesus Christ. And if you read the Gospel of John, Jesus himself describes that process in great detail. Anyway, you've got to grab that opportunity and make something of it, because you just don't know. Jesus talks about a sower in Matthew. He talks about the sower going out and sowing some seeds. And he describes these seeds as being the Word of God, and depending on how they land, the response is failure here, failure there, and then in one instance, 1 out of 4, the seed fell on good soil, and voila, God's beautiful process occurs. You see, it's not because it wasn't available, it's because it wasn't received. People have to be open to receiving it. The point I'm trying to make is that it's not just that life is opportunity, but it's always filled with opportunities. It's easy for anybody without without some kind of major handicap at work, I should say. It's easy for anybody to say, well, if things had gone differently, well, things would be different now. Anybody can say that. Any one of us can play any of our cards however we choose to. Either the cards that are dealt to us or the cards that we create, or the cards that appear because of the process of life. You see, it's not just a crapshoot. It's not just that. It can also be a poker game where there is skill involved, and people need to realize that. People say life's a gamble. Well, right. You're not playing go fish. You're playing a game, you're not spinning the wheel and betting on where it's going to land, okay? But instead, it's poker where there's actual skill involved. This is where the awareness comes in, and KARLOVEMA comes in, breaking down the physical, the chemical, the spiritual, the emotional, and psychological movements that pass through the vortex of the soul. That process is what life is all about, to prepare us for what comes next. Nobody can come to me and tell me I don't understand what it feels like to be suicidal. And without going into detail, for reasons of personal dignity, I will spare the world those details as they stand for now. But if you ever believe the game is over and you don't count, it's not true. That is a vision of a falsehood. It's because in the body is where we experience the senses. That's where opportunity lies in life. To put an end to that life, it's an end to opportunity. You see, many people say that suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. And while I'm not big on slogans, this is one I have to endorse, and I found out the hard way many times. So many times, actually, I lost count. And so in conclusion, while I know at the beginning I said there were 2 points, I've lost sight of what that second point was. I confess. I think today's point has been made. Grab the opportunity. Live for the moment, because right now is the only time that's ever actually alive. Dwelling on the past is not productive enough to satisfy in my world. And neither is fear of the future. It's not productive enough. But I know, via divine autograph, I'm never alone. That's one of the saddest things about suicide, is people believe that only they understand who they are, which is impossible.